In the turmoil of 2020 and the social unrest, demonstrations and riots across the nation and here in Atlanta, a local superstar took center stage to help. Rapper Killer Mike is well known for his community activism and commitment to his hometown. Here's CBS 46's Karen Greer.
If history is defined as the study of past events, Mike Render, better known as Killer Mike, is a present-day student as well as teacher. Born and raised in the Collier Heights neighborhood of Atlanta, he's giving back what was so freely given to him.
All that's been poured into me through mentorship by people like James Orange and Andrew Young. If these people wouldn't have poured all this into me, you wouldn't have the product you have right now. And the product you have now is someone who understands that although social and political things matter, they matter most locally.
And Killer Mike is a living example through his community involvement.
Arts are super important.
Activism, empowerment, and business engagement. A beacon at the intersection of entertainment and social justice.
Because I have a good job and I sing and dance for a living does not absolve me from social responsibility. I have a barbershop on Edgewood Avenue, very purposeful.
That call to responsibility he answered in 2020.
That it is your duty not to burn your own house down.
When protests erupted in downtown Atlanta following the murders of Ahmaud Arbery and George Floyd, as well as the police shooting of Breonna Taylor.
I can just go home. I have my daughters there right now.
And later, the fatal police shooting of Rayshard Brooks ignited citywide demonstrations.
It was an opportunity to give back to the community all that is given to me. And that is the assurance that it's going to be okay. That is the encouragement that they were in the right. But that is with the challenge to plot, plan, strategize, organize, and mobilize for the betterment of here locally, and that way can be a national betterment and hopefully global betterment.
A difficult time for the city and the nation, but something Mike calls necessary.
Hard times call for honest discussions, and they're not always easy discussions, but it's easier if we're honest about it.
As a student of history, but engaged in the present, he says we can look to the past as we work toward what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said about transforming the nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood.
It's important that we be honest in Atlanta because Atlanta has figured it out, and I don't mean just black people. William Hartsfield figured it out when he gave Delta a 50-year lease. He knew that Atlanta was going to run him out of town for giving a big company such a short dollar amount on the lease.
We were really doing something so that our children would have a better life.
Andy was courageous in bringing the Olympics here. Maynard before him was courageous in demanding 29 and 30% of city contracts be with people who look like me. Because what they all understood is that if we do what's right for Atlanta, that will pour over into Metro Atlanta, pour over into Georgia, and no matter what color of character, who has it, if we have the ability to funnel justice and integrity and dignity and finance in the right places, Atlantans are going to find a way to cooperate.
Karen Greer, CBS 46 News.
Killer Mike credits much of his success to his wife, Shay, telling us he married someone he really fell in love with in mind, spirit, and body, which has blessed him with good wealth and health.